A world being able to come back live. I don't know, guys, if you're getting the notifications. I was on suspension for a while. As far as being live, they said I received a notification suspension. So you guys out there in the garden, or you one of the you know, being with the subscribers, make sure that you push the notification button. I think you should be good after that. Like I said, I've been on suspension for 2 weeks. I don't know why. Uh, I was told that I had content that was inappropriate, and last I checked, I don't curse, so I don't know whether it's maybe a comment that was made. I don't know, but I'm back live tonight, family, and hope you guys make sure you push that notification button so you know when I'm coming back live. I'll be coming back live every night. Um, Hopefully you guys get the notification. Hope you guys had the opportunity to watch my other videos that I've been posting every day. You did? Willie boys. I see a Black Pistol, my moderator in the garden. Family, you see the title. I haven't been live in a while. So I wanted to kind of brush up on some things that are relevant to us now. If you didn't get a chance to watch my video that I posted, I think I posted earlier today, no taxation without representation. Check that out because it's going to pretty much, I'm trying to go into more of that because I think it's very, very important, family, that we understand our taxes and how they affect our net worth. As well as I wanted to come back with some other opportunities for you guys, especially my younger audience, to start investing at a younger age um, by using an app called Acorns. Now, remember, family, this is for entertainment purposes only. I never tell you guys anything, I never bring anything to you unless I've researched it and I'm actually utilizing the service myself. And I can tell you right now, family, that Acorns app is an app that you probably want to look into because if you haven't watched me in the past, then you know that you're not going to become financially secure or financially healthy without investing. It's just not going to happen. Even if you have a job making $100,000 a year, imagine the taxes that you pay on that $100,000. And if you're not using, a percentage of that 100,000 to pay yourself first and invest, then you pretty much just like everybody else. You cannot gain any type of financial stability or financial wealth without investing. It just doesn't happen. And I was trying to come up with different scenarios or different opportunities that are out there that can provide you the same type of wealth or same type of financial stability without investing. And the only thing I come up with is being an entrepreneur, starting your own business. But guess what? And when you start your own business, you need to make sure you have something that the public wants. Okay? And it's supply and demand. So with that being said, there is so little stress to put on yourself, especially if you're younger. And I hate to keep stressing on my younger audience, but it's very, very important, family, that you guys that are my younger audience start investing early. Start learning about investing early. Start learning about real estate, uh, the stock market, the bonds market, the commodities market. You know, if you notice, I didn't say anything about day trading or options trading or currency trading. I didn't say anything about putting your money at risk. What I said was educate yourself financially, Put yourself in a situation where you understand about how to read companies' balance sheets, income statements, and cash flow statements. And out of all of those particular situations I just mentioned, the most important thing that you want to kind of find out about a company is the cash flow statement. The cash that's coming in and the cash that's going out. All right. So, friend, thanks for joining me in the garden. Like I said, I'm not going to be in the garden long. I just want to come back to just make sure that I'm live and I'm have an opportunity for those that in the garden can be notified. I think, like I said before, I was on a notification suspension. So uh, make sure you hit the notification button, the subscription button, like and share the videos. I don't know what's going on, but I have been on a hiatus, not by me, but by YouTube. So let's make sure we keep our comments appropriate and let's get this knowledge. Let's get this food for thought. Okay. Nephew, what it do? All right. So the first thing I want to talk about real quick, guys, hit the like button. I got 6 in the garden. I only got 2 likes. What's up with that? If you're in the garden, hit the like button. Okay. And make sure you hit that. So make sure you hit that notification button as well. Okay. But this video right quick is going to be a quick video about real estate real quick, taxes. And if you didn't get a chance to watch my video earlier, I talked about an app called Acorns. Now, let me get into Acorns first. Family, if you are one that's interested in investing, right? And you don't know anything about investing, there is an app called Acorns app, Acorns. This particular app is pretty similar to what I would say Robinhood or Fidelity or E-Trade. It is a trading platform, an investing trading platform. And on this platform, the beautiful thing about it, guess what? You don't have to take your money from your emergency fund or your pay yourself fund to invest. All you're investing is your change, your spare change. In fact, when I looked into this situation, I was kind of flabbergasted because I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Because I have 3 boys. My oldest son, he just got like $350 some that I over like a 12-month period just save change. You know, I would buy something for $3.50 to 50 cents. I would put it in the change box. Cost $1.19. I would put the 81 cents in the change box. And I did that until it got up to like $350 some, which of course, you know, I gave to my oldest son. And I'm doing it again for my middle son. Okay. So I thought about this acorn situation. And what I found out is that you can start investing your change based on your expenditures, based on your consumption, based on you using your particular ATM card or credit card, whichever one you use the most. The change, okay, because it goes to the next highest dollar. So if something costs $8.50, you're gonna be able to invest 50 cents. If it costs $1.15, you're gonna be able to invest 85 cents. Okay. Now that 85 cents, that 50 cents, every time you get spare change, it's invested in a particular mutual fund. And you get to choose whether or not you want your investment to be a risky investment, a moderately risky investment, or a no risk investment where you're just kind of sitting in the cut. I just want my change to go to an investment. I'm not trying to get rich on this particular investment right now. I just want to let it grow. You can do that with this app called Acorns app. And guys, like I say, I'm gonna put my email address in the description box, but I'm at beanwillie56 at gmail.com if you want to get more information about it. Like I say, this is for entertainment purposes only, but I'm never telling you guys to do something that I'm not doing myself. You did? There she go. What's up, Deborah? All right. So do your research. Check out Acorns app because remember, Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, all these particular banks that you have your money in, I hope your family are doing your due diligence and finding out how much are they charging you for checking? How much are they charging you? Okay? How much are they paying you for a savings account? Because remember, on average, the national average on a banking savings account charge or what they pay is like 10 cents on a dollar, which is 0.1%. Well, I told you guys earlier about Ally and a couple of other online banking institutions that are giving you 2% or 1.8%. But guess what? It's way more than zero point 0.1 or 0.03 or 0.01 that these big banks are giving you. They charging you to keep your money in the bank. So why not use other financial institutions, family, to save your money? I mean, it's really cognitive dissonance. It's because we get caught up. Remember, family, we have our conscious and our subconscious. And what happened is Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, all these big banks, in your subconscious, you think that, well, it's safe and I need to keep my money in those banks. Why? When they're robbing you blind. Inflation right now is like 1.9%, 1.87%. And you got a bank that's only giving you 0.1% or 0.03% on your money. Like I say, family, if you didn't get a chance to watch me earlier, I did a video earlier today about no taxation without representation. Now, what does that entail? Family, think about the taxes that you pay on everything. Your sales tax. Think about this. And I don't think we really take this into consideration because remember, those that make the laws are the congressmen, legislative branch, right? The legislative branch is supposed to represent the public. Do you honestly think that the public want to get taxed this much? Federal taxes on your wages, FICA taxes on your wages, state taxes on your wages. What? And then that's not even including inflation. So you got 4 taxes that you're having to deal with. And I ain't even talking about sales tax. Think about this, family. How is it that we have to be charged a percentage to purchase items? And I don't think a lot of people think about that, but think about this for a minute. You go into the store with $10. You want to buy something for $8. You should leave with $2. Do you? You did? So there's a sales tax. But think about this, family. Next year, inflation is going to be higher. So the same thing that you bought this year for $10 is going to be $10 and maybe 3 cents next year, or $10.05, depending on what the government says the inflation rate is going to be. Because I think what happens, we don't really understand inflation, and we don't understand that inflation is another tax contrived by the government to tax us without us even knowing. What are you talking about? Think about it. If you don't know anything about quantitative easing or quantitative tightening, then of course you're going to go and pay $3.49 for a Subway 6-inch sandwich that cost $1.99 several years ago. You did? So all I want you to do, family, is just to be more conscientious of what your money is doing. Because the more conscientious you are about your money, the better understanding you have about money, which you can make that money work better for you. You did? So family out there, if you have any rental properties, real estate, or you are taking advantage of all the tax opportunities. And what I mean by taking advantage of tax opportunities, do you take depreciation, property, property taxes, home repairs, homestead, and mortgage interest? So there are 5 taxes that, if you own real estate, that you can be taking advantage of, family. Right? It's just unfortunate that us as citizens, we don't really understand that. I promise you. How is it that teachers and workers for major car industries, automotive industries, General Motors, Ford, how is it that these entities, or the workers of these entities, can go on strike because they're not being paid sufficiently? You know why? Because they really don't care about you. You have to take your own financial situation in your own hands. And it starts with paying yourself first. Pay yourself first. Because remember, if you didn't watch my past video about taxes, you're going to get taxed regardless. So why not take, after the taxes, monies that you can put towards yourself? And if you work for a job that's paying you a pension, a 401k, a 403b, okay, any type of retirement situation, max it out. Max it out where you know that once you leave that particular employment, you have monies to survive on. I think it's just so interesting because, me being a teacher, firefighters, police officers, and I take myself in particular because I work as a firefighter, CPS social worker, child protective services social worker, firefighter, paramedic, before I became a teacher, right? Of course, my other jobs as a mortgage loan auditor, that's why I'm kind of focusing more on that real estate when it comes to investment, because there's a lot of opportunities for you guys to be financially wealthy by dealing with real estate. I think now you can get your real estate agent license in like 6 months or 3 months. I would definitely encourage you guys to do that, because that way you have access to what they call an MLS listing. So when you pay yourself first, are you getting good debt, getting loans? As a real estate agent, you have access to properties that most people don't have access to, and that you can purchase and flip, or that you can purchase and rent out. If you're not a real estate agent, you have to go through real estate agents, right? So I think putting yourself in a better situation to be wealthy, and I'm telling you, nothing's free. You did. So become a real estate agent. Start your own business. Get your DBA. Get your LLC, right? Uber. What's it? The other one, Uber, and they have another ride share. I actually work for them. I can't remember the name. Wow. Can somebody put that in the comments? It's Uber and that's crazy. That's like what they call a brain fart. Wow. Can somebody help me? It's not Uber, it's the other one. I digress. Nevertheless, family, it's an opportunity for you to get passive income that you can put towards your retirement, put towards your financial goals. I'm telling you right now, if you're young right now in your 20s and 30s, this is a great opportunity. And I'm so happy in the garden. If you're in the garden, it's a great opportunity, because stay with me. I promise you, when the stock market crash, when this economy crash, and it's going to crash, because if you know anything about our particular economic history from 1929, economic crashes don't happen by accident. The monetary and the fiscal policies that run this country will dictate that. And they normally happen every 7 to 10 years. This is the longest bull market we've been in. So please pay yourself first and be ready to get you some uh, real estate. Um, of course, the dividend stocks, gold. Okay, you have a lot of different opportunities out there to invest in. But like I say, it never happens until you can pay yourself first. Right now, family, your goal, and I should say should be, but when you thinking about economic viability, everyone should have at least 6 months of income saved in case you lose your job. You should be able to have 6 months of bills paid if you lose your job. You did? So that's why I say I mentioned Acorns earlier. Please make sure you look into Acorns. It's a great opportunity for especially my younger audience. What's up, Tim? My younger audience to start investing early. So get with your parents and have them look into Acorns app. It'll be a great opportunity for you guys, especially my young audience. And the last thing I want to talk about, family, is and I wanted to talk about this last because I think it's so interesting, and this is my real news. There's a 7-year-old in Texas right now that the mother said she wants to change him from a boy to a girl, and the dad objects to it. They went to court. Um, the jury said, and the jury voted 11-1 in favor of the mom that it's okay for her to change the sex of her son. Man. Luckily, a judge stepped in and said, "No, hold up. Let's hold off on that." Right? I don't know many 7-year-olds, guys. I have a 8-year-old, 11-year-old, and 10-year-old, and 11-year-old, and I can't even, for the life of me, fathom the thought of my son at that age. Because remember, development is real. It's not an accident that I teach middle school because I love middle school. Because see, with middle school, one day they crying and the next day they cussing. And as a coach, you have to know both personalities. They're crazy, but I love them. High school, of course, they know their own thing. But elementary, 7, 8, 9-year-olds, they don't know nothing. So I thought it was quite interesting that there's a case in Texas right now where a mother and a father are in court trying to decide whether or not the son, that's 7 years old, will be able to be changed from a boy to a girl. And I'm talking surgically. I don't know. I just wanted to bring that as real news because I thought that was interesting. I thought it was, where are we now? I mean, I'm from the 70s and the 80s. This was something that was never ever heard of back then. A 7-year-old, and the mom said the 7-year-old wants to identify as a girl. What? How does a 7-year-old have the mental capability to say, you know what, mom, I want to be a girl now? No, come on. Remember, everything that's created starts with a thought. And we as parents, we are the ones that lead our children. So my heart goes out to that particular family, the mom, the dad, and the child, because that's a tough situation. That is a very, it's tough. I wouldn't want that for myself or my sons, but for this particular family, they're in court right now. And the fact that you have to go to court to decide the fate of your own child, that blows me away. Same as you have to pay taxes on your own money twice. And so we're more concerned about things that are really private situations. You did? That's a private situation. And the fact that it's on the television, to me, it's just hard because I think that's a private situation. But it's getting bad, family. I mean, in California right now, it's going to be part of the curriculum where they're teaching little kids about transgenderism and sexual identifications. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe it's me. I thought it was just boys and girls. And don't get it twisted. I definitely empathize because being a coach and being a teacher, especially in middle school, I see a lot. I see young boys and young girls, going through. And when I I see them going through situations, right? That's why it's very, very important as parents because we can't let social media and the television influence our kids to that point because if you understand what's going on right now, family, it is a particular agenda. It is an agenda. And it blows me away that a small group of people with so much power can have such a huge influence over the masses. And if you guys notice, I'm being very, very careful with my words because there are two groups of people you can't talk about. DG, what it do? DG, America's the land of confusion only if you believe the hype. See, the confusion lies with your belief system. If you believe the madness, then of course you're gonna be confused. All this stuff, Trump and talking about they killed the leader and the originator of ISIS. Family, let me ask you guys this: do you guys even know what ISIS is, or uh, what's it called? The other one, the Taliban. What are they? I promise you, family members, you guys are more concerned about paying your bills, developing your children, retirement, healthcare, pension. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I know that that's not what the masses of people in America are concerned with. So those are diversions. The real news is these taxes that we're paying. It's the fact that understanding that inflation is not something that's by accident. Terrorist groups. When was the last time, thank you, Tim, when was the last time we had a terrorist group in America threaten Americans? I'll wait. So why are we spending all these millions and millions of dollars fighting a Taliban group or ISIS group that's not even in America? But they say these people are killing innocent people, disenfranchising innocent people. Okay? What about the Haitians? What about the Ethiopians and the Somalians in Israel? Sorry, family. One of my boys. Yes, I seen you dabbing on the kickoff today. I seen you. Good game. Great job. Coach was there. But I digress. Let me get back to my business, Jay. Christine, thanks for joining me in the garden, sweetie. Live in New York City. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Speaking of New York City, Christine, tell me what's the flavor like up there? I know, we have all this stuff going on with the impeachment process, uh, you know, but no one is talking about inflation, or no one is talking about student loan debt. No one is talking about the homeless in California. Think about this, family. And I'm back on the real news doctrine. If you guys just join me in the garden, I really appreciate you joining me in the garden. We're talking about real news. We're talking about taxes. And I talked about Acorns as well. Man, family, please make sure that you pay yourself first. Because in California right now, how is it that California, San Francisco, and Los Angeles have the most millionaires in America, but have the highest homeless rate? Please pay yourself first. Understand how money works. Right now, fam, I'm telling you right now, if you're not paying yourself first, stacking the cheddar, and getting ready for this recession, this depression, it's going to be pretty much worse than it happened in 2008. I've been doing some research, and right now, the housing market is already in a recession. We have teachers on strike in Chicago. We have General Motors who just pretty much came actually they just reached an agreement with the workers. But guess what? The UAW, which is the United Automobile Workers Association or Union, who you think they're going to hit next? Ford, Fiat, and all the other automotive companies. It's all a scam, fam. You have to take control of your own financial worth. The stuff you see in the news, whether it's politically, about Trump, whether it's economically, about tariffs and trade wars, or whether it's socially, about 7-year-olds and transgenderism. I promise you, I'm in Texas. This case with the 7-year-old and the mom and the dad fighting over a 7-year-old boy being changed from a boy to a girl, I promise you, it's unbelievable. Yes, Christine. I mean, think about this. Why haven't a president or a congressman wrote a bill, wrote a law? Because remember, what does the legislative branch do? Let me give you a quick history lesson. Give you a quick political lesson. There are 3 branches of government: judicial branch, which are the judges; legislative branch, which is Congress; and the executive branch, which is the president. They all 3 have responsibilities, family. Executive branch executes the laws. Legislative branch makes the laws. They write the laws. Okay. And then the judicial branch, they interpret the law. So you have 3 branches of government supposed to be working hand in hand for who? For us. So when you have 3 branches of government, you have a legislative branch that the responsibility is to make sure they look out for the people that put them in office. Remember, representatives and senators have a life shelf of it's 2 years for representatives, and I think it's like 6 years for senators, something like that. Nevertheless, there is a time frame that they're supposed to be in office. We had a guy just die in Congress called Afro-American guy named Elijah Commons. He had been in office as a congressman since the 90s. And he actually represented Baltimore, Maryland, in that area. He didn't do nothing for Baltimore. How is it that these congressmen can be in office this long, term after term after term after term, on the television, high capping, and not doing anything for the people? Did anybody out there vote for you? Let me ask you guys something in the garden. Did you guys vote for your representatives and your senators? No doubt, Christine. If it doesn't, and not just us, Christine, you know what? That's right. If it don't benefit the American corporations. Facts. Why? Because the American corporations are the reason why they stay in office. The American corporations give them millions and millions of dollars. So your vote don't mean nothing. Do you honestly think that a representative or somebody running for Congress or senator or president care what you think when you only can donate $30 or $40 or $50 to their campaign? When they have corporations that can give them hundreds of millions of dollars and tell them, this is what I want, this is the bailout. Why do you think that the IRS tax code is 75,000 pages? I think 78,000 pages. It's the tax code. Who do you think benefit from that? Not us. Oh, I'm buffering, guys. Oh man, I missed it. I must have. KY, appreciate it, brother. Oh man, anybody else out there? Am I buffering? KY out there in that rich neighborhood. I can't get a good signal. That's what's up, man. Stay. So it's not me. That's what's up. So family, pay yourself first because I promise you, uh, and buy real estate. That's what's up, KY. Buy real estate, family. And remember, use their money. Don't use your money. The congressmen, senators, presidents, judges, they have no love for us. If they did, why would why would they write laws that don't benefit us? Think about this. Why wouldn't congressmen, you guys make the laws? You can just write it into law. All student loan debt will be forgiven or written off starting in 2020. Bam. That's the law. All senior citizens over the age of 70, okay, will have free homes, free housing, and free Medicaid and free Medicare. Bam. All students attending public schools will have an opportunity to go to college, and every student that wants to go to college will get $10,000 initially. Bam. Because we pay all these taxes and we don't know where the money is going. But we hear President Trump say we have the strongest military in the world. We hear that $1.3 trillion in the budget. Out of $1.3 trillion, $750 billion go to the military, and we're not even in war. You trying to tell me $700 billion couldn't satisfy all this student loan debt and get our youngsters in a better situation? Exactly. Family, the game is the game. I promise you. Pay yourself first. Look at your check stub. When you get paid again, look at your check stub. And look at all the taxes you're paying. But look at FICA. And look how much a small amount is designated to FICA. Now, I would not have any problem paying taxes, especially FICA, Social Security, Medicare, if I knew a much higher percentage was going toward that. But if you just designated me to pay my FICA taxes at just 7%, how am I going to live on that when I get older? Chim just asked me a question. What is FICA? FICA is the Social Security taxes and the Medicare taxes that employers have to pay, or that we have to pay into our Social Security nest egg every check. And whoever you work for has to match it. So it's actually, we pay 6.2% of our check into Social Security, and then they're supposed to pay another, they're supposed to match it, right? But that's not enough to live off of, because if you know what happens with Social Security, and you know what the average Social Security recipient receives, it's only like $1,400 a month. Who can live off that? So Chim, FICA is the taxes that you pay for your Social Security and your Medicare. Now, those that are teachers like myself and firefighters and police officers and other individuals that work for a company that pays your pension, guess what? You're not eligible for Social Security. Huh? But my check pays Social Security every check. How does that work? So you're telling me that I'm paying Social Security and I'm paying FICA every check. I'm a teacher. Yes, I have a pension. But why are you taking my money to put into a Social Security and Medicare basket when I can't get it? So what I'm doing that for everybody else? See how that work, family? So now you see how you have to take your own financial situation in your own hand. Please, if you want to be an employee for the rest of your life, it's not an accident we have 50 million senior citizens living below poverty means, living below the poverty line, family. I'm sorry, not 50, but 5 million living below the poverty line. You trying to tell me these senior citizens didn't work for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and then get to their age and now have to live like that? But guess what? Think about it. It happens because if your employer or the government, because remember, Social Security is a pension plan provided by the government, but guess what? The government says, we only going to let you guys contribute only 6% to your retirement. What? Why can I contribute more? So when I get older, I won't have to worry about $1,400 or $1,500. I can get $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. But guess what? It don't work like that. Now you see why you have to pay yourself first and take care of your own retirement situation, family. I'm telling you, kids and old people, they don't care about. Okay? No doubt, KY. That's taxation without representation. And then guess what? Inflation goes up every year, family. What you paying for a Whopper with cheese right now? Imagine how much that Whopper with cheese is going to be in 20 years. Caveat, Burger King is owned by China. Isn't it ironic they come with a Impossible Burger? Who eat that? Why would anybody say they are vegetarian want to eat an Impossible Burger? See the confusion? Dallas Cowboys, how to invest in the Acorn app. Guys, go to the Acorns app. Now remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm with Acorns app. It's a great opportunity, family, to start investing at a young age or whatever age you are right now. Why spend your change? Why just keep it in the car? Why just keep it in a piggy bank at the crib? When it can be invested, you can be investing that change. Every time you make a purchase, your change goes to an investment opportunity. And you control that. Let's say, hey, you know what? Instead of just investing my change, I'm going to invest more. So I'm going to tell Acorns to take $2, $3, $5 more toward my investments. Okay? Family, we have to open our minds up to different opportunities. We are so afraid of investing because guess what? We've never done it. That's why there are a huge sector of society that stays poor. You will never, ever be wealthy by not investing. I promise you. It won't happen. The S&P 500, family, which is the top 500 companies on the market, they have a history of returning 8 to 12% every year. So imagine if you just get your index fund just tracking the S&P 500. That's 8 to 10% every year of your money. Remember, inflation is 2%. So that means after inflation, your money is earning 8, 10, 12% a year. Family, we have to invest. If we don't invest, we're going to be a statistic. Exactly, Deborah. Exactly. Because they don't want you to have the money. They've already told us that Social Security may be insolvent by 2034. Hong Kong right now are protesting in the street. Cops out there killing people, all that kind of stuff. They protesting in the street because of freedom of speech. You did? We over here in America, allow the government to not only take all our money in taxes, but tell us that the Social Security taxes that they taken from us may not be there. So all that money that we're paying in Social Security, you're gonna tell me that may not be there, and nobody even tripping, family. You know why? Because of luxury items, the new iPhone, new cars, new homes, Nikes, Jordans, shiny things. As long as they make it possible for us to buy shiny things, we're not gonna care about the real stuff. You can, KY. You can. You can leave your Social Security to your beneficiary. You can. But guess what? Uh, I just found out that even when you leave it to your beneficiary, and every year, right? Let's say we transition and we left our Social Security to our beneficiary. I just found out that your Social Security don't even keep up with inflation. Think about that, family. All the money that you put into Social Security and Medicare, you transition because you know we never die. The monies go to a beneficiary. You would think that that money would be able to keep up with inflation, but guess what? It don't. So your Social Security that's going to your beneficiary loses money every year. Family, they protested in Hong Kong for freedom of speech. We let these people take our money like it's nothing. But who know that? I just told you what they do with Social Security benefits for beneficiaries. I just told you that they only allow us to contribute 6.2% to our Social Security. And nobody says nothing. After like $178,000, you can't even contribute to Social Security. If you make $250,000, $350,000 a year at a job, your Social Security is the same as ours. Okay? So you would think that, well, I'm making $250,000. Shouldn't I be able to put more into Social Security? So when I retire, I will have more in Social Security? Nope. 1984, baby. 1984. Everybody got to be the same. And we don't say nothing about it. So, family, knowledge is power. You did? Know right now that you are getting screwed in taxes. You don't even take inflation in consideration. Inflation is a tax by the government. The government decides, okay, next year we need prices to go up. How are we going to do that? Put more money into the system. The more money we put into the system, the higher prices have to go. Because remember, more money, less supply, price demand. See, they know the average cat don't know that. The congressmen that make the laws, they ain't doing nothing about it. The representatives, your judges, your senators, nothing. Let them eat cake, baby. Man, I got riled up on that one because, it's really a trip. When that third eye opened and you realize that, wow, really, that's how they doing it? Okay, well, I have to invest. I have no choice. I have to make sure I put back 20% or 30%. I have to, if I'm married, me and my wife, we have to be a team and we have to do this stuff together. Because if not, living check to check is not going to get it done. It ain't happening. Okay? So, family, recap. Look at the Acorns app. It is a app investment opportunity where you can actually invest your change. For example, if you pay $1.15 for something on your credit card, that 85 cents on your card, actually they're just gonna charge you $2, and that 85 cents is gonna be invested. So imagine you, every time you're using your card, your change is going to investment opportunities. See, this is what the wealthy do, right? Because they understand if I don't do it this way, they can't leave wealth to the children. See, this is going to be one of the biggest wealth transfers in the history of America because remember, we got the baby boomers. And remember, those baby boomers, it's millions of them. And a lot of them knew about investing. So that money is going to go to their heirs, the children. Can you leave money to your children right now? You did? And to also recap family taxes, look at your check. And if you want to find out how much per year that's going into your Social Security, look at your gross amount, how much you make a year. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. If you make $50,000 a year, okay, multiply that $50,000 times 0.073. That's going to tell you how much money the government puts in your Social Security and your Medicare. I think like 7.3%. So if you want to know how much you pay in Social Security every year, if you make $60,000, $50,000, $40,000, $30,000, multiply by 0.062. That's going to give you the amount of monies that's going to your Social Security. And I promise you, it's not a lot. And remember, if you work for a company that pays a pension, a teacher, firefighter, police officer, any company that gives you a 401k, 403b, 457, any company, guess what? You're not eligible for Social Security unless you're vested. So that means you have to work at least 10 years other than a pension plan or, to get your Social Security. And even then, they're going to tax you on that, and they're going to give you only a percentage of that. So you're really working for others. Okay? I started teaching at 32 years old. I was a firefighter, I was a paramedic, I was a CPS social worker before I started teaching. I worked for Mr. Gaddy's. I was a mortgage loan auditor. I only had a couple other jobs prior to that, right? Maybe totaling maybe 8-9 years, maybe. But that's 9 to 8 years of Social Security. That's money that went to Social Security. Plus, every other job I've had, goes to Social Security. I can't get that because they call it double dipping. But you're taking money from my check to go to FICA, but I can't use it. Wow. All right. So if I want to come back with a quick food for thought, think about it. Pay yourself first. Look into the Acorns app, family. And of course, real estate is a great opportunity for you to get wealthy because you have an opportunity to decrease your taxes. If you didn't hear me earlier, remember, real estate taxes can be depreciated with depreciation, home repair, property taxes, and then what you pay on your mortgage interest. You can get a lot of tax credit from that. So if you're not dealing with real estate, if you don't have the capital to deal with real estate, save your change and deal with real estate. I promise you, you won't regret it. All right, guys. Old man about to get up out of the garden. Thank you so much for joining me in the garden, family. I'll be coming back tomorrow with a little bit more word, a little bit more information, a little bit more food for thought. In the meantime, between time, guys, may the Most High inside bring you joy. Make sure you push that notification button so you know when I'm dropping another live video or when I'm dropping another video, period. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to these videos, family, because it's very important. I do this for free. Yes, my videos are they got ads on them, but so I want more people to get this knowledge. You dig? All right, guys. And it never stops. And I'm not going to leave without saying this again. I can't reiterate it. Pay yourself first. The government, your employer, the corporations, the churches, they don't care about you. They just want your money. And you need to make sure you have more coming in than going out. Jasmine, the baby girl, what's up? All right. So I'm about to get out there, guys. Jasmine, KY, Dallas Cowboys, Nathan, Deborah, KY, my boy, guys, Chim. Thank you for joining me in the garden, family. And in the meantime, between time, may the Most High inside you bring you joy. being with the truth is out of 5,000. And may the Most High inside of you bring you joy.